This is a 2026 Ford F450 XLT. And Ford finally did it. I'll explain what I mean by that here in a second. I borrowed this truck from Ken Garff Ford here in West Valley, Utah. This truck might be available for sale. Be sure to ask for Ken. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see some of the options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. Oxford white is the color. And then here is a short listing of the standard features. Be sure to pause to see more. Now this one does have the high output power stroke for $3,500. Fifth wheel hitch kit, $1,745. XLT premium package, $4,500. FX4 off-road, $600. Platform running boards. And just be sure to pause for everything else down below. A lot of nice features that they added to this truck. Now base price is $71,835. Destination is $2,595 for a total price of $87,290. What did Ford finally do? You guys can pretty much tell. This is an XLT, right? What does this truck have on the front end that it hasn't had ever? You guessed it, LED headlights. So premium package was not available for F450 last year, and you could not get black appearance, which pretty much does force you to get LED headlights for 2025. For 2026, you can now get this premium package, and it's not just the headlights. It comes with a lot of nice features, like 360 camera was a standalone for last year, but adding premium does give 360 camera too. So now you have the camera on the front and rear, also on the mirrors. Now as you guys get a little bit closer, you do have a satin finish around the grille and headlights, and I will admit I do not like the halogen headlight design on these trucks. They look very odd to me. So having this really does help for some buyers who don't want leather seats. So that's the biggest benefit of the XLT for most buyers. Now chrome front bumpers, they do paint those fender flares and wide front track. I don't mind filming these F450s. I do enjoy checking out these trucks because they are really overbuilt, and I do have a video coming doing a comparison again for the F350 and F450, so stay tuned so you don't miss that upload. There is a plastic liner that is an upgrade, by the way, and then here are these overbuilt tires. These Continentals are a 225/70 19.5. Load range G, so 3,970 pounds at 110 psi code for single, and then dual is 3,750. Same tire pressure. 10 lug, 6 inches wider in the front. That's the main reason why you buy this truck, because you get that better turning radius. I should have shown you guys why this is so beneficial, because it was really buried and I had to get around a few trucks, and man, having that wider front track is a game changer. I do like this truck in white. I know some of you guys are like, why would you get white in a truck like this? It looks like a work truck. That's what it's supposed to look like, in my opinion. A little bit of chrome right here. High output badge. You have some lights here, amber lights, and then turn signals. Blind spot alert. This truck also has smart key system. They paint the door handles, and you can get security code on XLT. Fixed running boards down below. I almost wonder if Ken built this truck, because it definitely does look like a truck that he would build. Now here's the back. You can see that bedside. I've always liked how they separate this, because if you do damage this, you don't have to replace the entire bed. Very smart on Ford's part. 48-gallon fuel tank, 7.4 gallon DEF. You have these steps on the side, and I'll show you the ones out back. Now FX4 does give you that skid plate right there, along with the skid plate for that transfer case right there. There are no skid plates up front. You can see that mud flap, and also you can really see how big these brakes are up front. That's the other main reason why you get the F450. You get bigger hardware, better axle out back. Love the wheel design too. Clearance lights. And then here's the leaf pack out back. Now the inner wheel is a steely, and also you can see the steps in the bumper. Parking sensors only out back, you cannot get them on the front. Class 5 hitch with the 3-inch receiver, 7 and 4 pan. And is this tailgate assisted? It is assisted. You also see the light and a camera for backing up. 5th wheel hitch, 35,000 pound rated. Also bed lights. Now your lights above are LED too. Those would not be LED. And there's a bed view camera. No power in the bed, but that is available too. Let's see. In case you want to see that hitch, they do have a lock for it. I forget that I can stretch this out in case you want to see a little bit closer. I don't like to step in the beds that don't have spray in, just because I don't want to scratch it. And they do give you some measurements here. I do like that. That's a nice touch. No step here. And there's that spare tire. 430 rear. You have that rear diff cover that has some cooling elements to it. Bigger brakes out back too. Then here's that side view you've been waiting for. By now you do know you cannot get the gas engine option on the F450. You come with the standard output, and then you can upgrade that to this high output, which has 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed transmission behind it, known as a 10R140. I highly recommend F450 simply because these trucks do retain their value really well. Now I'm gonna back that up because they do have a used F450 XLT just like this, so maybe if I have a chance I will do a video on that truck, unless it gets sold. Sometimes trucks get sold and I don't have a chance to do a video on them. But yeah, this engine's pretty overbuilt. They do cool that compressor housing on this turbocharger because obviously there's a lot of power, right? And they are still using the CP4, but just avoid B20. I'm willing to bet you if you avoid that, run diesel number 2 or R99, you probably won't have any issues with the CP4. And I actually don't really hear a lot of people complain about failures. I haven't heard someone say they've had a CP4 failure in a long time. Maybe I'll go back and talk to some of the master techs here, but all in all, good powertrain. Let's check out the interior. Now really quickly, let's take a moment and go through all the features that that premium package gives you, because I really want you guys to see this. So we talked about 360 camera. These body color door handles is an upgrade, so you probably get plastic ones, okay? Also, the bright chrome grille with the chrome inserts, you guys saw that on the front. The bed lights, also this high center mount as I mentioned. Now that camera might be available on XLT, so just keep that in mind. The fog lights, headlights, we understand, automatic high beams. That was a part of the XLT in the past too, so you could get automatic high beams. Blind spot, as you guys saw, was on this one, but that comes a part of this premium package. Cross traffic alert with the trailer, heated front seats, the rear view mirror that is auto dimming, also power folding outside mirrors so you can see the controls right there, and it has the power slide for tow mode, and reverse brake assist, rear parking sensors. The B&O sound system is the other upgrade. I was trying to go through, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss that too. So you get the 8 speaker with the subwoofer with this truck, okay? Intelligent access with the push button start. You guys saw that right there. And remote start, remote tailgate release, 12-inch display, and that's pretty much all the notable things. So I know someone did mention, and I would like to see Ford offer a leather wrap steering wheel as a standalone option, because I will say most people don't like leather seats depending on where you live at, but I think most people would agree a leather wrap steering wheel would be nice with this $90,000 truck basically. Now here's some of your lighting controls here. You can drop the bed by pushing this button twice. Electronic parking brake. They give you black carpet. Power is just for your seat bottom here and lumbar, but your seat back you have to do manually. no tilt headrests. And you guys see on the roof, this one does have the vanity, no lighting. Also, auxiliary switches right there, place for your sunshades. They do still provide the LED lights. And out back, seat back pockets right there. No storage below. No armrests in the center. Air vents, USBs, 120 volt power plug. I have to point out how big this front door is too. Manual seat on the passenger side, and they do provide a cover here. Now if you get an XL, you would not have a cover here. Here's your glove box. I always recommend that camper package, that way you have the certification to haul a bed camper. A little bit of storage there, 12 volt and 120 volt power plug right there. Let's go ahead and jump over to the driver's seat. Now I have the camera system on. I want to show you guys something really quickly because I got a little confused. So you can zoom in to your conventional hitch. Now I did notice that they did not have a camera view for forward here. Now if you want to see the bed view, they do have that. But if you are in park or if you are in drive, you can push down here, and then that way you can look forward. So this truck doesn't have front parking sensors. It is nice that you can still see the front end of these trucks, because for some people it's really hard to get a good gauge of how close you are to something. So those parking sensors do come in handy, but this really is the next best thing here. Now heated seats, no heated steering wheel, single climate control. You have multiple drive modes. So you have eco, tow haul, normal, slippery, and off-road. Okay, now I was doing that by swiping this. Trailer brakes right there. If you want to turn off that camera view, you can just push the button again. I do like how it does stay up there for you. Split screen, and you have your audio. If you do want Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can do that wirelessly. Navigation, they still give that to you. Now I think you have to pay for it after a certain time period though. If you go under settings, they do have a lot of nice features here that you can set up. You have general, you can change some of the measurements for temperature, mileage, tire pressure. The units can be updated too. This truck now has tire pressure. You can turn off that annoying beep sound if you like. And vehicle, a few things that you can set up here. Windows, remote open, so you can use the key fob to open the windows. If you go to features, you also have driver assistance, so you have some of those nice features that you got with that package basically. Okay, and you do multiple cup holders, USBs, open storage. Here's that center console, and you have that 2 type C's down there. They do illuminate this area. They have this, which is removable. And that is pretty much it. Now, as I said, you can now see your tire pressure. So if you go to vehicle maintenance, tire pressure, you can set that up through here. And I know you guys want to see some of your temperatures, right? Hold on real quick, let me show you off-road. So if you go to compass, it does show you the elevation, 4,265 feet. And gauges, I'll get a little bit closer for you. That way you can see it completely. So you have that engine coolant temp, transmission temp, oil temp, and diesel measurement. So boost, engine brake, exhaust filter, and then DEF level. You guys ready to see what the payload is on this truck? And then I'll show you the towing capacity as well. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 6,000 pounds. The rear is 9,900 pounds. Gross vehicle rating is 14,000 pounds. And the wheels are 19.5 by 6 wide. 4L axle code. It does have a limited slip too. And then all-in payload capacity, that is with that 5th wheel hitch. Those are typically what, 250 pounds or so? 4,943 pounds. They say tire pressure out front's 90 psi, the rear is 80 psi. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really happy that Ford did actually do the upgrade for the headlights this truck looks so much better. And for some people, as I said, they want to try to get that price point about where this one is. You can get a F450 under 90 grand with LED headlights, 360 camera view, heated seats. There's a lot of nice features, and this truck has the fifth wheel hitch already included, and those have gone up significantly in price if you get them aftermarket. So already included in the price, so it's one less thing you have to buy. See you guys in the next video.